I turned a motorized unicycle into the rideable scooter from Kirby Air Ride, and I had 3 main reasons for doing so. First, big Air Ride fan here. I mean, who else invites all their friends over to see how many hot dogs they can collect in City Trial? And makes a trophy for it. Second, I'm tired of seeing all these AI gamer vehicles popping up on the internet, and like, if you even got into this thing, this is what you'd see. What are we doing? So I want to show what it takes to make something like this actually with your own hands. And 3D printers. And third, and most importantly, I have beef with the #1 Kirby YouTuber, FAILBOAT. You see, over 3 years ago, my friend Reed, also known as Pow Pow, released a video talking about those 2 Kirby games that played like Smash. And I was living with the guy at the time, and he knew how big of a Kirby fan I was, and we even commentated on Smash tournaments together. So when he needed a Kirby expert, what happened?
I need a grown man with way too much Kirby merch and wildcat facial hair.
I can help you with this one, Reed. Do you know it took me 2 years to get this Kirby tablecloth from Japan?
Actually I was gonna ask FAILBOAT.
That's right. Mr. Daniel FAILBOAT took my spot. Took away my Kirby experience. So it's time to make something that FAILBOAT will never have. And it all starts with this. The InMotion E20. Now, I got this for a pretty good deal for like 275 bucks. So I'm pretty happy with that. Also, this thing's kind of meant for beginners, which is good because I wouldn't want to be having scars on my face after this video. So before we turn this thing into a Kirby scooter, let's make sure I can actually ride this thing first. Now, it took a couple tries to get on, but pretty soon, I'm doing it! I'm flying! I was T-posing around the parking lot in no time. So after a successful test flight, it was time to figure out what was actually inside this thing. And after staring at the internals for a bit, I figured out a plan for the electronics. On the outside, there's some LED strips. On the front, there's a power button and a headlight. And on the back is the tail light. So I'm going to reroute the power button and the headlight to be up here, the tail light just around the back, and then I'll tap into the LED for a mini phone charger. I'll get to that later. Now, thankfully for modeling, I didn't have to start everything from scratch because Virtual Flat CAD had already made, well, a CAD model of the Kirby Air Ride Wheelie. So I imported it into Onshape and got started. However, because this scooter in particular is shaped like egg, there were quite a few creative changes I had to make. And adding to that, I had to figure out not only all the wires, but also ways to screw everything in, because I was not about to let another rev room situation happen. So after hours and hours of CAD, it's time to actually make the thing. But I couldn't just cross my fingers and hope all these parts would magically fit, because I knew I would have to print out so many test parts in a short amount of time. So thankfully, this video sponsor Bambu Labs sent a brand spanking new printer that they only released to the public literally this week. This is the P2S and the AMS2 Pro combo, Bambu's newest refresh on their P-series printers. As an experienced 3D printer, I'm a big fan of the P2S's 2nd-gen technology, which includes the advanced extruder, temperature preservations, and failure detections. And those improved failure detections are made possible by its updated camera, which also shoots some nice time lapses. So because I had so many parts, I needed both speed and reliability for this project, which is why I'm thankful that the updated nozzle system makes it much easier for me to switch to the 0.6 nozzle for way faster prints. And right out of the box, the P2S had a 100% success rate so far, even when I would click on a faster speed mid-print. And speaking of selecting options, the P2S also includes an updated touchscreen UI which makes navigating through all of its features a breeze, such as navigating to the AMS2 Pro's filament drying function, which ensures that your filament is at its best before every print. And speaking of the AMS2 Pro, I've shown before how well it handles multicolor prints, but I can also depend on it in the middle of a print to start using new filament if the old roll ran out. So if the new P2S and AMS2 Pro combo sounds exactly what you've been wanting in a 3D printer, check out my link in the description below. Now for this project, thankfully Bambu also sent over a buttload of filament as well. I'll be using their PLA Basic for all the test parts, and their PLA Tough Plus, which I can attest to being, well, a lot tougher when it comes to impacts and bending. Finally, for the gold parts I needed to be squishy, I'm starting with their yellow TPU, which should provide a good balance of being softer, yet durable. So, let's get these parts going. And Thankfully, even the TPU print was a success first try because that was a full day print. And now, with everything all laid out on my workbench, it's time to get to painting. Except those guys, that was just standard painting. But painting with TPU is a different story because it's so squishy. So I have this special plastic adhesion promoter that literally chemically melted the gold paint into the plastic. I don't know, it's some kind of Nile red magic.
I'd successfully turned a gallon of children's glue into some drinkable alcohol.
And for the rest, I wanted the paint job to feel like a real Vespa. Just like this one with the, Mario Brothers on it, I guess. So, after applying the primer and Vespa green paint, I found this automotive finisher that's actually used on real cars. And look, it even comes with
extra poison.
Next, I had to paint the bottom of the scooter black to make it blend in with the wheel. Then it was time to assemble everything. And things started off pretty good until I started to realize this was not a one-man job. So I knew exactly who to call.
Oh, hey man, what's up? You need another resin print?
Actually no, Harry. The problem I'm having with this project is all of the screwing, so I just need a pair of firm and strong hands that I can depend on.
I think you got the right guy.
And together,
Get all up in there.
Wow.
Oh, we're very close. Good thing we're such good friends.
we were able to screw in the remaining parts of the shell. Back at home, it was time to install the thing. And this should have been simple, but I think I made one tiny mistake with the measurements, so the rest of the install took... yeah. But after installing all the electronics, like this bamboo light to the front, and fastening down all the final details, it was time for the big reveal. And for the big reveal, I was able to secure a call with a certain someone. Dan Failboat, thank you so much for joining me today.
Big Rig, I am honored to be here.
I have something huge to show you today, and I think you're going to be very excited to see it.
I genuinely have actually zero clue what it could be. I've seen how crazy your stuff can be in the past. I'm excited to see what this could be.
You want to give me a countdown?
All right, 29, 28, 20. Does it need to? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ah! Oh, no. No way. I should have cleared with you if I could curse or not, because oh my God, what? Part of my brain was like, maybe he made like a Kirby microwave or something.
For you, I'm pulling out all the stops.
Can this be for me? Oh my God, this is insane.
And check this out. The faster you go...
Wow! I mean, can you do the spin attack on it at this rate? I don't know.
I didn't invite Tony Hawk today, but maybe if he was here, he'd be able to do it, you know? Now, I also have a little slot so you can see right here for a tiny little mini phone. Right, so the mini phone. I bought this mini Android nugget so I could control the scooter using this open source app, which allowed me to code in some changes, such as changing the pitch of the motor depending on how fast I'm going, and a couple other features you're about to see. So you can see exactly how fast you're going, and you gotta hear this, Dan. If you need to honk at some little kids that are in your way...
Oh, every day.
You just tap the screen.
This is like one of, if not the coolest physical Kirby product or otherwise I've ever seen.
I'm so glad to hear it, Dan, because I actually have one more reveal. This will just take a minute, but I have one more thing.
Please, take an hour, take a day, like with this kind of reveal.
I want you to paint a picture in your own head of, wow, wouldn't it be so cool to ride this in real life?
Wow, yeah, I can imagine it.
Well, now that you have this picture in your head, I have another question for you. Do you remember or know of a certain Reed Pow Pow?
I do know of a certain Reed Pow Pow.
Great, because 3 years ago, Dan, you took something from me. He released his only Kirby video on his channel, and me, his friend and roommate, was snubbed of the spot by a certain Daniel Failboat.
Oh, no.
Dan, you took my Kirby experience away from me, so I am forever going to keep this Kirby experience from you. I am your Kirby god, Dan. Bow down to me. Uh-oh.
So yeah, did I just see it fall in the background?
I think so. I feel really stupid now. This is the end of the call. Bye.
Oh, okay, bye.
Well, thankfully, I was still able to put Humpty back together again. And the only damage was a small crack in its eye, which is now an important reminder about what I learned about vengeance that day. Make sure you enact vengeance on the correct person. It should have been Reed, not Dan. What was I thinking? But now it's time for the moment everyone's been waiting for. Is this thing actually rideable?
Well, here goes nothing. 3, 2, 1, go! Whoa! Oh, it's working. Oh, I gotta slow down. Okay, I can slow down. I can slow down. That's good news. That's good news. I know how to slow down. Let's try to go around the block. Oh, bumps, bumps, bumps. Whew. Well, it's rideable. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Whoa! Woo-hoo. All right.
And yeah, I might not be going the fastest in the world, but keep in mind one little slip, and my face is going directly into the pavement.
Turning is incredibly difficult, but at least I can go forwards and backwards, right? Hey, not bad. Look at that. All these old people are staring at me like, what the hell is this guy doing?
And of course, we still have one final test.
All right. Let's give it a shot. Oh man, I can't lean. All right. Here goes nothing.
And yeah, I know here I'm going slow as cheeks, but to the surprise of no one, this costume gave me mega restricted mobility.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, yeah, I didn't actually crash there. But you know what you should totally crash? FAILBOAT'S new live show in New York on October 27th. The Stupid Simple Game Show. It's gonna have a bunch of wacky shenanigans going on, and you're not gonna wanna miss it. You can find tickets in the description right now. So special thanks to FAILBOAT for appearing in this video, and extra special thanks to my executive level patrons.
Ulysses Mora, Jimmers, Marco Carini, Harley G, Grandma Watson, Pow Pow, Don Necco, X9 5 times, Zebermang, Evan Timmerman, Sally and Dave, Jamison Zabalos, and Connor Rhodes.